The Ruperts, the fake paratroopers that fooled the Nazis. Imagine it's the night of June 5, 1944, hours before D-Day. Over the dark skies of France, hundreds of parachutes drift down. German soldiers on the ground sound the alarm, Fallschirmjäger. Paratroopers. But these paratroopers aren't men. They're sacks of burlap, straw, and sand, and they're about to play one of the greatest tricks of World War II. They were called Ruperts by the British, a name chosen with typical cheeky humor. The Americans called theirs Oscar. These dummies were part of a secret Allied deception plan designed to confuse and misdirect German forces on D-Day and other key operations. The idea for dummy paratroopers wasn't new, the British had experimented with them as early as 1940. But by 1944, deception had become a military art. Under the direction of the Allied deception units, including Operation Bodyguard and Operation Titanic, these fake paratroopers would help sell the illusion of massive airborne assaults in places far from the real landings in Normandy. The goal? To make the Germans think Allied troops were dropping deep inland, forcing them to split their forces, delay reinforcements, and waste precious hours chasing ghosts. The Ruperts were simple but clever. They were about 3 feet tall, stuffed with straw or sand, and dressed in miniature paratrooper uniforms. Some even had tiny boots or helmets to make them look more real in the dark. When they hit the ground, a timed charge inside would ignite, setting the dummy ablaze to prevent close inspection. But that wasn't all. Many carried sound devices, little noisemakers or firecrackers that mimicked gunfire, and some even played recorded battle sounds through speakers as they fell. In the chaos of night, German sentries believed they were under full-scale airborne attack. On the night before D-Day, hundreds of Ruperts were dropped over northern France as part of Operation Titanic. The main areas were targeted, far from the real invasion beaches, making it seem as though thousands of paratroopers were descending all over the French countryside. As the Ruperts fell, small teams of real Special Air Service, SAS, men parachuted nearby. They fired their weapons, set off fireworks, and transmitted fake radio chatter to complete the illusion. The ruse worked brilliantly. German forces scrambled to respond. In some areas, entire battalions were dispatched to intercept phantom armies. Reports flooded in of mass landings that never happened. For precious hours, the German command hesitated, unsure where the real invasion was taking place. Those hours gave the Allies a priceless advantage at Normandy. When daylight came, the deception was revealed. Fields across France were littered with burned straw, scraps of cloth, and tiny boots. Some German soldiers were astonished to discover they had spent the night chasing scarecrows. A few Ruperts were captured intact, and the Nazis were furious when they realized how thoroughly they had been duped. Though simple in design, the Ruperts became symbols of Allied creativity and psychological warfare. Their success in 1944 proved that sometimes, the best weapon isn't a bullet, it's a brilliant idea. Today, a few surviving Ruperts can be seen in museums, looking strangely comical, yet they represent a vital part of the D-Day story. Their silent drop from the night sky helped change the course of history. The Ruperts remind us that even in war, deception and imagination can win battles without a single shot fired.